You had an interesting Bailey promo,
Yeah,
which was like a little
very,
mini
very.
film, like a short, a
Well, it was
student
like
film, I would say.
it felt
NYU.
it felt kind of like we were back in the old Rod Sterling, Twilight Zone, except it was in color, and she kind of ended on a point, and there was this perfect edit, and then fucking Johnny fucking sportscaster's got to go. All right, I wonder if Barry's going to be able to kick a fucking field goal with that fucking two thoughts in her mind. I just went, shut the fuck up. If it's not fucking written, produced, and shot well enough to sit on its own and go to commercial break, don't put it on the goddamn show, man.
And it is also outside of the product, the
Yes.
competition
We're
of it.
doing this. We can't again, man. Somebody's got to get the fucking box and the fucking monopoly and say we're a sports program. No, we're this. No, we're everything. But we're gonna call it all like it's a fucking
Like
sports
it's
show.
legit. So you show that internal. She was having like an internal monologue, and like you would never have John Madden saying, "Gee, Pat, that was some coverage at Testaverde's conscience right there." So you leave that separate. You show the thing.
But the thing is, the work style the way it is right now,
Mm.
which means that if you have 6 segments, 3 of them are going to be using the fucking announce table as part of their match. So if the
And from
fucking
the first match too, by the way.
yeah, so if you don't have McAfee out there and Cole that are embracing the fact that they're part of the show and this shit happens, and while fucking somebody drops somebody in their head, McAfee gives them a. If you can't call it like you're fucking aching and buck, and you're up in the fucking booth,
Right.
you're ringside.
Yeah, it's part of the show.
Yeah, it's like so that really needs to be ironed out. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm just so fucking anal in my fucking thought process of pro wrestling that something like that is so irky that I don't want to watch it. Like I fucking find myself muting the show and just watching the matches because I don't want to hear him call. I don't like him as a wrestling announcer.
So okay, so this begs a good question for Joe, audience member, me playing the role of audience member. What qualities? Here I am at the performance center. I want to be an announcer. What are you going to tell me? What are you looking for in me to see if I even have a shot? What makes it work for you?
If you're gonna call it like it's a sporting event, then you better fucking you need to sit down and watch 25 million hours of Jim Ross because nobody can touch Jim Ross. Period.
And Jim also, I think the reason he was so great also, they always do talk about him calling it like a football game or whatever, but the thing is too, but it's not a football game, and you need those moments of elevated
No,
excitement. So
Jim
he
was
knew how to
he
do.
was Jim was so smart to the business,
Hmm.
and then he was also so readily available to the talent that when you sat down, like you sat down with your opponent, you got it done. You said you're good with that. You're good with that finish. You're good. This. Then your next fucking step is go to Jim to make sure Jim fucking solidifies, amplifies, and follows that storyline you're telling. So the fucking audio matches the visual. And that's part of the fucking work. And then you, on top of that, for God's sake, please fucking include the guy with the striped shirt because if you bury him, the whole fucking thing's a shit show.
We talked about this on air and how
Yeah.
it's just kind of been taken for granted that the referees
I
do the
love
job.
watching AJ wrestle. I think he's so fucking good. But it's like, how many weeks do you go down and your opponent comes down with somebody else before you say, you know what, man, I'm going to bring. I mean, somebody back there's got to like AJ. You know,
Yeah,
bring
he
somebody
looked good
out there.
Monday too. I think he
Yeah,
probably
he
had the
looks.
match of the night.
Yeah, I thought so.
Now with the little tidbit you gave on JR, did he seek you guys out looking for
No,
the information, or
nope,
you knew to go to the announcer?
nope. You knew where you were on the card, number one, in the first place, to be able to have that kind of, if your first match, you don't go up to Jim Ross and go, hey, I know you got a fucking lot of shit on your mind, man, but when I sink that arm drag, could you please make reference to Ricky Steamboat? Like, I don't think like you got to know your role.
Mm-hmm.
If you're one of the top 2, 3 matches that are being featured, then absolutely, because you want to make sure that, like I said, that the visual and the audio fucking match.
See, so I agree with you on JR just as a viewer, but see, I always thought there was room. Like I enjoyed, maybe because I grew up on it, I enjoyed Gorilla and Bobby, and it wasn't being called like a football game, but it was just
Yeah,
because
but
they
it
were
was
smart enough and entertaining enough
no.
that
I think the business was different. You
more
know,
hokey.
yeah, it's like there's nobody walking out of the ring with a bulldog or a bird or a snake
Right.
or, the business is completely different.
Who did you get in Detroit when you watched?
We got big time.
Right. Who used to call it?
Oh God, who fucking? I don't know. I watched it till I was maybe 9 years old, and I started playing basketball.
Right. I'm trying to think. This seems like something I should know, but anyway. So JR, contemporary. Who? How about Cole? How you feel about
I
Cole?
like Cole.
Okay.
I like Cole, and he's taken a while. He took me when he got that position. Took me a little while to get because I was so used to JR. Took me a little while to get used to his style, but now it's like when Cole's not there, it's like unwatchable for me.
Hmm.
It's not unwatchable; it's unlistenable.
And you were a big McAfee guy.
Yeah, I wasn't at the beginning. I thought it was a distraction,
Mm.
and then I realized, like I watched the people around him
Hmm.
in the crowd, and you could just see he's a fucking star. Like McAfee's a star. He's a personality. He's
Right.
somebody, like if somebody said to me, "Hey man, like we're gonna go out tomorrow night in Vegas, and we got a car, and we got fucking a great steakhouse, and we got fucking upper deck fucking just best seats in the fucking best club. We can just sit and watch shit go down." I'd be like, I don't want to do that shit. McAfee's going to be there. I'll go. Like, I will fucking go. And I've only really met him one time. I met him at the Hall of Fame, and he was so kind and gracious and nice and just such a different like he's so uh, supercharged when he does his shows and his like
Yeah.
he turns it up like all the great ones do.
Yeah.
They have the ability to turn it up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I miss him.